Imagine a single weekend when millions of Americans hit the streets shouting just two words: "No kings." From New York to Los Angeles, from Texas to Washington, D.C., a wave of protests shook the country. They weren't team marching for lower taxes or party politics. They were standing against what they call the rise of presidential power beyond democracy. This is the No Kings movement. And tonight, we'll break down what's really happening behind the headlines. Over the past week, more than 7 million Americans joined rallies in at least 40 states. The hashtag #NoKings exploded on social media after several new federal orders were signed. Orders that critics say gave the president sweeping new powers over security and surveillance. In major cities, protesters carried signs that read, "We elected a president, not a king, and power to the people." The message was clear. Americans are worried about democracy itself. The protest began after an executive order expanded the authority of federal security forces during national emergencies. Supporters call it necessary for national safety. But opponents, including civil rights groups, former senators, and even some conservative figures, argue that it crosses the line between democracy and dictatorship. This disagreement quickly turned into the biggest protest since 2020. The No Kings campaign started online, reportedly led by university students and political activists. But it has now gained support from journalists, veterans, and even ex-government officials. Some celebrities have tweeted in support, saying the issue is not about left or right, but about the balance of power. What is surprising is how united Americans appear under this slogan, something rare in today's political clinic. Politically, this could become a turning point ahead of the 2026 elections. If enough people see the No Kings protest as a fight for freedom, it might shift voter sentiment across both parties. Lawmakers are already debating limits on executive authority, while others defend it as essential for strong leadership. The White House has yet to issue a detailed response, but internal discussions suggest they are closely watching the protests. Media outlets across Europe and Asia are covering the story, calling it America's biggest democratic test in decades. Meanwhile, on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Americans are split. Some praise the movement as patriotic, others dismiss it as political theater. But one thing is undeniable: this protest has captured global attention. Conclusion: 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Greater than the No Kings movement may fade or it may grow stronger, but it's forcing every American to ask a simple question: how much power is too much, even for our own leaders? What do you think? Is the No Kings protest justified or overblown? Comment your thoughts below, and if you believe in free speech and balanced power, hit that subscribe button for more deep analysis only on